Hi, welcome to Life in a Bottle, Season 2, Episode 28. It's 28, right? I'm Kyle, and I am joined by a very special guest this week, my beautiful wife, Kelly.
Hello.
We are back with another pink wine this week.
And where are we?
We are in France.
More specifically, we're in Provence.
And we are in Cotes de Provence with the 2019 Chateau Peyrassol Reserve de Templiers.
And what is the blend that this is made of?
So this is, you're right, it is a blend. A lot of Provençal rosés are comprised of Rhone-style blends. So Grenache, Syrah, Mourvedre, your typical Côte de Rhône kind of suspects. But this one is actually based with mostly Cinsault. And then there's a little bit of Grenache and Syrah.
Okay.
And then there's even smaller amounts, just little splashes of Mourvedre and Cabernet Sauvignon and Roll, which is actually an aromatic white grape that a lot of people would recognize by its Italian name, Vermentino. So that just adds a little bit more complexity to the wine, especially aromatically.
Okay. And where does it come from, the fruit?
So the fruit is actually not grown by Chateau Peyrassol. It's grown by 3 neighboring estates that kind of abut the Chateau Peyrassol property. These properties were growing grapes for years. They were selling them to a local co-op. And eventually Chateau Peyrassol approached them because they had such intimate knowledge of the terroir.
Mm-hmm.
And they knew they had relationships with these vignerons, obviously. So they knew how they were farming, and their farming was kind of in line with what Chateau Peyrassol tries to follow. So they started purchasing their grapes a handful of years ago, and they've been using that to make the Reserve de Templiers. And it's been a beautiful wine. Stop boring people and dive into the glass. Yeah, for sure.
My favorite part.
Cheers. Right?
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those.
It's really nice, yeah.
So it's super Provençal in style. It's very dry. It's got that great little pucker. My mouth is watering. It's got beautiful freshness to it. There is some fruit, but it's not a fruity wine.
Mm-hmm.
I think the fruit that I get is there's definitely a little bit of citrus, lemon lime kind of thing. But there's also that tart, not quite ripe berry, that just
Exactly
not quite ripe
thinking.
Raspberry or cranberry even.
Mm-hmm.
But what this wine really has in spades is that savory complexity that goes beyond the fruit. So there's a little bit of that herbiness, that herbaceous kind of thing. There's a little bit of that sea salt brininess that's happening. There's great minerality that's on the back of that sea salt. It's beautiful, and it just keeps going too.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a nice, easy finish. There's just a tiny little bit of drying tannin. It's definitely not a tannic rosé by any stretch. But that just a little bit of that bitter complexity on the back end. So that just makes it really, really, really beautiful.
It's really enjoyable.
What would you drink this with?
I want a lobster roll or a lobster salad.
Okay.
Something fresh and light that maybe one could enjoy on the patio.
That's a patio wine for sure. As Cody would say, a patio pounder. I think some roasted or grilled herbed veggies would be great. I think you're right on with seafood. But this is the kind of wine, especially because of that minerality and that little bit of sea salt, that I think you could really pair with just about anything and really not be mad. As long as the flavors aren't too bold or too acidic. Like I don't know if I'd necessarily pair it with like tomato sauce, but aside from that, you pair it with just about anything.
Summer grilled protein of any kind.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Just
chicken, pork.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely. And then we could actually pair it with a little bit of leftover 850 pizza. For you, my dear.
Thank you so much.
You are welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers our pizza too. Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
If you don't have to think about it too much, any wine can be a pizza wine.
It's true.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks for hanging out.
Anytime.